All right, beautiful day here on Potts Mountain. We're getting ready for a walk. Luna's just returned from her training, and we got some big news yesterday. Looks like we're going to be a grandpa, so that's coming up real soon. You know, it was one of the intentions when this property was built that it could be a legacy property for a family. And now I got some news yesterday that my genetic legacy looks like it will continue on after I leave this earthly plane. But we're going to make a little walk down to the bottom. And Luna, you're behaving real well. We get the release word, which is break. Break. Good. So we're going to make a little walk down to the bottom, look around. Beautiful day here. Spent the first couple hours just watching the mountains and drinking coffee. And don't feel bad about that at all. Oh, yeah, I did get a grill. And, you know, Maynard's clean. Maynard ain't a perfect truck, but it's a real good truck. Always looking out for others. But did get a grill, and I forgot my propane bottle, so I don't have to wait. So I kind of watched what they were doing at the lake. They have two of these grills, and almost everything they cook, chicken, hamburgers, whatever they cook, they do everything on the grill. This actual grill surface, instead of a, you know, regular, they have several grills there at the property. But looking forward to getting to use this. I've been watching some YouTube videos. Saw some caramel popcorn, Philly cheesesteak, of course, smash burgers, stir-fried rice. My daughter, who's a vegetarian, does a lot of different things on hers too. But yeah, we'll get some videos and get this thing used. It's pretty good size. I think it's about the right size for this porch home. But we're gonna make a little walk up to the upper gate of Hanging Rock Circle, and then we're going to come around and go down to the bottom and look at me down to the bottom. It's been a while, you know, too much. Been mostly focused on work, and I may do a little tiny bit of work today. We'll see, but we'll check in at the gate. Dogs are a little confused. We're going a little bit different direction. Luna, Charlie, come on. We're going to go down Hanging Rock Circle. Charlie ain't the fastest, but he keeps up. For Teresa said, I said he was 14 years old. I think Teresa, we went back and looked on some YouTube videos. Time gets away from you. He's at least 12, maybe 13. He's still doing good. We're going to go down. This is a private road, and if I end up buying Adam's property, which we don't know, we hope we will, if he wants to sell. If he doesn't want to sell, and if not want to sell, we'd be happy with that too. But this is Adam's property, and Adam's property is shaped more like a piece of pizza. His 12 acres, or the boundary, is this road, then my property line. So it ends up being kind of a triangular shaped piece of property. So if we do buy this, that would give us 22 acres on top of Potts Mountain, literally kind of right here at the beginning of the arm. This is the arm. The arm is a feature, I guess. I don't know if that's technically a name of it. They call it Potts Arm, but it's the part of the mountain comes off of Potts and descends down for several miles and makes a cove. So as we descend in here, we're going into the cove area. And if you follow the stream out, Cove Stream, which begins right here on Adam's property and runs through my property, Cove Branch. Okay, here's the power line right away. You can see Luna's doing a good job on her place command. Luna, break. Good. So, but you can see Adam has a, he kind of did this road down through the property. It's a little rugged, but he has a deer stand here. I think he's going to pull that out. But I did invite my brother-in-law and Barney Laverty if he wanted to hunt. I did mention it to him if they would want to do that. But you can see he has they took a skid excavator. Looks like a good way to get hung up. I mean, but we'll look at the bottom of the road. But this is the power line. If we look, come up here a little closer. No, you can't quite see it. If you were to get, I know when I stand in my power line right away, I can see this little deer blind. So it's kind of a ground blind. And he was able to harvest several deer last year. So if that's your jam, it's probably the right place for you. It's not really been my jam. This is the right of way to the original right of way to the Dudley property. There was an older couple that lived here for a long time up on top of the mountain. And I guess they graduated to the next level. But they put another right of way off the main forest road that comes in. But this is the original right of way that went up and had a gate. There's a gate up there to get to their property. So this is, you know, 20 some lots here. And we own one, may own two before it's done. I met Chris down here. You know, I talked about him. He's done a lot of great work on the road. He owns 2 lots down here. So he owns really 20 acres down here in the bottom. And then the guy who's in charge of the, Jeff Tenaglia, who's in charge of the HOA, I think he owns 4 lots total. So a lot of the property is pretty locked up. Total of 10 structures. They vary from probably 2 to 3,000 square feet for a couple of them to about 1,500 to 1,000, kind of like theirs. And at least one shanty I've seen that looks pretty rough down the bottom. But we'll take a look when our property line starts. I'll give you a full walk of our property line. Okay, we're not quite to my property line, but I was going to show you this cabin. This is completely off grid. It has an outhouse, and I think they have some, maybe they plug up a generator, but it's a nice structure. Upstairs, downstairs, large fireplace. Guys, private property. Come on, Luna, Charlie, come on. So a beautiful spot. I did meet them last year. You can see there's a nice porch on the front. They are, I think they're out of Whitfield, Virginia. They mostly use it as just a hunting cabin. So I've only seen them one time. And honestly, my neighbor's next to me, I've never seen her. And I mean, I have been here a lot this year. I've been here so much that my iPhone now thinks that my work location, you need some privacy, thinks my work location is up here on 3732 Potts Mountain Road. But who knows? We're getting close to the property line. This is a house that we can see the roof when the trees are down, you know, not down, but the leaves are down. My property looks like a rectangle on the, when you look at the plat, but in actuality, it feels more like a trapezoid because we're coming down to the edge of my property line here. So we can see this house. And so when I'm looking straight down over the hill, yeah, I don't know if you can see this or not. When we look back up the hill, we're looking right at the front porch. I know it's hard to see, but if you look there, it's right. We're looking right at our front porch. So our property line kind of runs away from, so adding Adam's property to our land portfolio would be a great move. Come on, Luna. So right here is the beginning of our property. And I really didn't know this. Anything property I'd owned before, we really didn't, I didn't even have stuff surveyed. But this was surveyed, and you can see the tree with 3 notches. That was done probably in 1991 when these lots were kind of parsed out. And that's basically marking, hey, you need to look for the mark, and there's the mark right there, the pole in the ground. So I'm just going to leave the camera on as we walk the property line. So it's not bad shape. You know, we've been down here quite a bit. Another view of our neighbor's cabin. Beautiful. Luna, come. Luna, come. Luna, come. Good. Working on that good recall. Luna, come. I mean, come means you come 100% to me, buddy. Good job. Luna, sit. Luna, sit. Sit. Good dog. Good dog. Okay, let's walk on through the property line. Yeah, we had her trained, and you know, we're working through this. See if I can, my goal is just to be the man that my dogs think I am. But Luna is, the trainer said that she was very stubborn, which we kind of knew that. we kind of, you know, we got a pretty good idea of that. She's pretty stubborn, pretty headstrong, very intelligent. Her antecedent says that she is 3/4 golden and 1/4 Australian Shepherd. We've not done the DNA. Yeah, I know we need to do it. But they said that she thinks it's definitely come from a working line. I was kind of unfamiliar with those terms, a working line or working breed. But said that she's such a high drive dog that she thinks that the golden probably came from a working line, which, you know, our labs were considered pet grade. So she's got a lot of energy. She's got a lot of drive. She don't seem to stop. This is an area that's, I'm sure that these spruce trees were planted probably 20 years ago, maybe 30 years ago. And I need to clear this off a little bit. This looks like a pullover. I don't know if someone kept a camper down here. But, you know, I'm glad we chose to build where we built it. And I'm glad we chose to build the type of home that we built. Most of that can be appreciated by Teresa. She wanted a flush toilet, she wanted a heat pump, and she wanted the view. You know, I was kind of thinking about coming down here, building off grid, wanted seclusion. Now, this is kind of a fork in the road. Our friend Chris, which we met a few times and worked on the road, his cabin is down here to the right. So if we go down like Charlie's going that way, his cabin's down there, and he owns the land also on the left. But our property line continues through here. Now, we'll give you a view of this in the summer. This area gets entirely filled up with ferns. They're just beginning to come back out now. But the creek runs through here, and it kind of goes into a marshy area, and this is full of ferns. So it's lots and lots of ferns all summer. So. This is a nice, you can see the ferns are starting to come up now. I'll stop for a second. And it is a nice level spot. So I'd really thought about this as a building spot. Who knows, we may make a little camping area. And if you look up, if you take your zoom in, you can see the cabin up there, kind of on top of the hill. You can see the side of the cabin. So we're really on the edge of our property, and our property is behaving more like a trapezoid than what it looks like a rectangle when you walk it. So here's the creek kind of coming down through here. It actually goes underneath the road here at some point. Don't think there's any water. It's been pretty dry, Luna. Come on, come, Luna, come. Good. And this is, you can see it kind of goes underground for a spell. But when the water runs, I can look down through here and I can see quite a bit of water running. This is a little bit more mature trees down here. Like I said, there may have mentioned in the past, there were fence lines down here on the bottom. And kind of looks like a fence right on the edge of the stream, and there are fence lines up on the top. So I guess cattle, if you had it cleared off, maybe you could keep cattle, or not sure what animals you would actually keep up here, but I know my ancestors kind of made their money off of cattle. I don't know if they were free ranged or not, but I know it's, you know, 250 years ago, that's kind of what they were running cattle in this part of the world, or close to this part of the world. This is Adam's property. Sorry, this is Chris's property. And you can see quite a bit of large mature trees. You see a little black dots coming around. This is that time of year when you get into May, you get a lot of gnats, you know, flying around. And, you know, it's just part of the deal. I do like the having the fan on the porch. So we're able to, we're definitely able to create a no-fly zone. So I don't know what this is. It looks like somebody brought a load of dirt, put here in a hole. That's good. There is another property. There's several properties on this road. I think one or two of them get to this area, get to their property. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. I think 4 homes uses road access, and then the other 4 homes on the other side, and there's a shanty. They go down to the upper end of the road and come. But this is the property line down here. I think that tree's dead. It's got 3 notches in it, but you can see it doesn't look like it's doing too good. But this is the bottom edge of our property line. Trying to see if we could see our neighbor's house. I know you can at some point. Somebody has done a little bit of work on this road. Looks like they've had a drag box on it. You can see they've done a little bit of moving around. But this is Diane's property, which Diane remains a mystery to me because I have never seen her. I think one day I thought maybe I saw her. But Luna, Charlie, come this way. We'll make our way back up the hill. So glad to bring you along. And you can see it's absolutely beautiful down here. And in the summertime, it's very cool between the stream running through here and all the trees and the tree cover. When you come down here, it's significantly cooler when you get down here. So I'll check the elevation and get back to you. Okay, just checked the elevation on the Gaia GPS. And we're showing 3540. So better than 200 feet from bottom of the property to the top of the property. So I'll be making up that next 200 feet as I make my way back up the hill. So, but yeah, absolutely beautiful down here. We did see a white-tailed deer. Well, I did. The dogs didn't see it. Right near the deer blind. I think Adam may have a feeder too. He maybe has a feeder operation going on. But we'll check in a little bit later. Luna, you're very obedient. Break. Break. We made it to the top of the hill. Hey guys, let's go back to the cabin. We won't walk on out the road. So we made it. Charlie was, I was third. I was second. Charlie was last. He did okay for a 12-plus-year-old dog. His tongue is the actual tongue from he's a very mixed breed. I don't think you call it a hybrid. But he is got a lot of stuff in him. He said the main thing was chow. I can't see that. But he's got a gigantic tongue. So I think he has a tongue of a full-size Labrador, and he often hangs out when he's sleeping. And I heard him tell one of the poodles, he said his tongue is the only thing that's not oversized. He said, it's my heart. Isn't that right, Luna? You must be wore out. You're not jumping on Charlie. Well, we'll head back. Thanks for joining us on our little trip down to the bottom of the property. If we do buy this property, this entire road front, I had to measure, it would be quite a bit of road frontage that we would have. Adam originally built that road, and he was going to put some, I guess, some rough cabins. He was talking about buying them from Home Depot and doing Airbnb. But I don't know if that would work or not. I'm not sure I want to have that many neighbors. Kind of like not seeing anybody. Don't like doing TPS reports and hearing people and talking about metrics. We mostly talk about hikes and what we're going to eat next. So, and airplanes. We do talk about the airplanes they're flying over. All right, we'll check in a little bit later on this trip. As you can see, Luna is completely relaxed after her jaunt down the mountain. And so is Charlie. Charlie was keeping third place open, so I wasn't the last one coming up the mountain. But I was going to share with you, you know, I've been eating a lot of processed foods here, and I realized, well, why not? Why should I not be cooking? So I'm going to make me an omelet. We'll show you when we're finished. I'm currently sauteing my vegetables. I had a pepper, an onion, and some jalapenos, and some of these. I'm going to recommend this to you. I bought some of these spices. It's the Kroger. It used to be called Cost Cutter. Then it was Simple Truth. No, it was another brand. It's called Smart Way, and they are really good. And they're about a third the price of name brand. So yeah, there's your pro tip of the day. And we got everything we need here: a little melatonin, allergy, and of course, everybody's favorite, vitamin I. So got my eggs mixed up. We'll want to put those in. I think I've been cooking eggs too hot all my life, so I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit more. I think you want your eggs to cook a little slower. And then we're going to have a pickle garnish, and we'll show you what it looks like once we get plated up. Okay, here's the finished product. So it contains mushrooms, jalapeno peppers, yellow pepper, 3 eggs, some cilantro that was heavily dried up in the refrigerator, half an onion. My wife says that my portion sizes are always too large. I'm thinking, what does she know? She's a CPA, not a nutritionist. And also, I was making something for the birds. So this is hummingbird nectar. We did have one hummingbird visit last week out here at the hummingbird feeder. So I think it's about time for them. So we'll hope we'll get a few more here. So we're going to eat this meal, as all meals should be eaten, on the front porch. Well, we didn't do much today except we walked 4 miles, covered quite a bit of ground, and then Charlie's pretty wore out. Luna was kind of dragging behind. But beautiful day. Spent a lot of time staring at the mountain. Did a few things inside, but finally, like I said, I've given myself permission to not do a lot and enjoy it. Took a while to get there, but I finally got there. But yeah, really nice. May get a little bit of rain this evening. It'll be all right. Need to mow at some point, but don't know for sure when I'll do that. Probably have to be sometime, maybe next week when the dogs aren't here, or one of those two. Luna, honey, don't shoot a cushion. No. So everything's feeling pretty good. Luna's behaved pretty well today. We're going to, I'll give you a little, I'm going to do a BLT without the L, no lettuce, but I got tomato and bacon. Gonna make a nice little sandwich there. We did have a hummingbird come by twice, but I guess me and the dog spooked it, so we do have a hummingbird feeder out ready to go. But yeah, beautiful day. I'll check in and show you my dinner after I get her made. Okay, here's dinner. It is a BLT without the L, no lettuce, but toasted bun, some Duke's mayonnaise because it's tangy, with some Kroger bacon, a few mushrooms and peppers sliced up, and of course the Coors Light, the official beer of the Blue House here on Potts Mountain. Looks pretty good. Oh yeah, and Luna ate a half a stick of butter. I don't know how that's gonna work out. Well, we had a long night with Luna. She was very unsettled. She got up, wanted out of the kennel, thought her stomach was hurting. She wanted to come here by the front door and just bark and watch. I'd turn the lights on, she would just stare. And then I would take her outside and she would just, she wouldn't go off the porch. She would just kind of run the perimeter of the porch back and forth looking for, I don't know what. I had a window open. I suspect, my theory is maybe she smelled a bear and she got become hyper vigilant. Anyway, I didn't get her to settle down to about 1 o'clock in the morning, and she wouldn't get back in her kennel. She slept beside me in the floor. She wouldn't get to bed with me either. She slept in the floor next to the next to me in the bed. So kind of odd. Don't know exactly what it was, but there were also somebody, I suspect it was Chris, was down here working. As you can see, we're fogged in this morning, and you know, yesterday and the day before we had our shirts off, and you know, it was upper 70s, near 80 up here, which is hot for up here on top of the mountain. But this morning we are, let me take a look. I was a little shocked when I came outside. I need to stop being shocked. It's 54 degrees, so it's significantly cooler. But we'll pack up and head back to town. Luna, off. Do not chew the furniture, please. Thank you. Let's go down here and see if you guys can potty. I'll sign off with this. My son says,